everyone, welcome, and today I'm taking a look at Retro Scarlett because I've kind of been waiting on this one. I mean, whenever this line started, I kind of wanted a decent looking Scarlett. I've been waiting on a girl like you. And so now that she's here, I'm really happy. Now, the whole time Classified's been going on, people have been saying, oh yeah, they pack with full of accessories. Dude, look at this bubble. This lady is packed. Now this is packed with accessories. Oh, shit. And I got my front light off because I don't want glare. But you get the point. I mean, she has got a bunch of accessories. 3 guns, a crossbow, a backpack. God, she's packing. I mean, she is carrying a whole bunch of stuff. 2 ponytails. This is what I expect. Okay? Not Copperhead. You know. You know, not Destro with just a case and 2 guns. Not, you know, oh, let's give him a scarf. That's an extra accessory. You know, this is what I expect when you say Classified has a bunch of accessories. That's right. Gee, I wonder if they're competing with another company. So, you know, I mean, I noticed this bubble is way up higher because to accommodate these accessories. So they put Scarlett's name there on the corner. She does have a file card that is boring as shit. I mean, at least it gives us some information. It's written in every language known to mankind. You know, and it's just very basically from her original file card. So there's not even a point of reading it. It's just garnered from it. But I do like it. It's cool. She's looking good. Let's get her out of the box and see what's what. Besides, I want to turn my front light on. Now I hear all the time people say Classifieds come with more accessories. This is what I think of when you say a ton of accessories. All functional, all work, are pretty good. You got her knife, an M16. I guess that's an M16, yeah. The laser rifle from the cartoon. Her crossbow, 2 ponytails, 2 fists, backpack, arrows, pistol, stand. And I'd even go so far as to add in these things. Her belt with her quiver on it and her holster. I mean, this... Oh no, that's her knife, but you get what I mean. This is what I think of when you say a ton of accessories. So unless every Classified figure is like this, don't say that. And we all know they're not, so shut up.
1 hour later.
Okay, so that was very difficult to put in. And it's not all the way in there. It's leaning to the side. And it goes that side no matter how I turn it. It's weird. I'm trying to turn it in a way that I won't unleash it. Oh no, okay. Yeah, maybe that's gonna work. Okay, we'll see. The secondary ponytails for when she's got the backpack on. I'm not planning on using her with the backpack, so that's an easy way to avoid that problem. Okay, so, oh, well, look what happened. Golly gee. Oops. Sorry, Miss Scarlett. Wow, those are not holding on very well. Okay, she's got some flaws. I'm gonna be upfront about that. And, you know, people said this is the figure of the year, and I'm seeing a lot of problems already. She's a good figure, though. I like her. I mean, I am not going to say I don't like this figure. Because this figure has some awesomeness to her. But, figure of the year? Nah. Far from. Still very good. I mean, don't get me wrong on that. These little bolts for her quiver, for her crossbow. Dear Lord, man. Now one thing I noticed too is when I pulled the crossbow out, it came apart, and it's just barely held together by a little tab. Why is that not a solid piece? I mean, that seems like something really easy to, you know, just make it a solid piece, and that way people aren't bitching and moaning. Nah, I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, whatever, dude. But God, that ponytail just wants to fall out. I'm a little disappointed in that. So let me put the crossbow in her hands. Okay, so yeah, that's how it comes apart. I mean, it's barely held together. That's really stupid. I remember that from, which version of Scarlett was it? That was, I want to say, one of the Spy Troops versions had that issue. It was like the crossbow came apart, or Valor versus Venom is what I should say. And the crossbow came apart, and it would just not stay together. It was just barely held on by a thread, and you really could not keep it together. I mean, it would just come apart at the slightest little motion. It's kind of a funny thing, man. I mean, why would you want to go back to that design? Just make it one solid piece, and then boom. I mean, it seems like, yeah, let's make it more difficult, right? Ooh, I like that. Okay, she does look cool, though. She does look very, very cool. I like it. I like it a great deal. Again, I would more likely use this as a weapon for her. I don't see the point of the backpack. It doesn't suit her. I actually think that's kind of weak. Let me give her a gun here. And you really think that she'd have a holster for that gun. I mean, let's see here. I mean, I figure these go on the backpack like that, so that, you know, can conceivably have her carry all her gear. So, yeah. Since I'm not going to use this M16 with her, I could probably do the pistol there, but that looks stupid. And then you got this ponytail to go over that. And you know, you could have had this to where it opens up, and then, well, you have a place for the fists, so she could carry all her gear. I don't know where I got that from. I've heard that there's this guy doing that. So yeah, I mean, not quite as good as I thought. That doesn't mean she's bad. She's just not, you know, she's just not quite as perfect as I thought, as I saw people saying. But, you know, then again, we know how some people are, right? Yeah. But I do dig her. I think she's pretty rad and pretty tough. You know. Jesus, center woman. Okay. But, you know, as I keep saying, G.I. Joe, in this scale, it's not working for me. You know, there is some novelty, and I do mix them in with my Action Force. Action Force, you know, despite some people's claims, is a little bit more original, and, you know, has original characters and ideas going on in there versus G.I. Joe, which is resurrecting old corpses. And that's fine. That's cool. You can resurrect old corpses, but nostalgia's a glider, people. And yeah, I admit, even if I had gotten out of Classified, I might have jumped back in for this figure because it's, you know, it's Scarlett. I mean, I like Scarlett a great deal. When I saw the face, I was just like, okay, that's not too bad. And so I just decided to jump in on getting her quick so that, you know, I can at least have a Scarlett on my Action Force team. Oops, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I don't like, one more thing I don't like. I also don't like, oh, this is where I got the Joe versus Cobra. Joe versus Cobra is where it was, not Spy Troops, but yeah. So Joe versus Cobra had this going on. where you could put the shit, you can't stay on her stand, can you, woman? Nope. You put the arrow on the crossbow, but nothing holds it in there from what I understand. Let me see just a second. God, wow, this really does remind me of the spy troop, I keep saying spy troops. Shit, the Joe versus Cobra. Scarlett with that funky long legs. God, those legs. I mean, Jesus, she had Stacy Keebler's legs, man. And not in a flattering way either. I mean, it looked out of proportion. You know? This is reminding me more and more of that freaking design, and I hated it. Yeah, so you sit in there. It does sit in there a little better than I thought it would. But not great. Definitely potential to lose that. I don't know if I'm going to display it that way or not, but at the same time, at least there's that option, you know? She can aim that at your heart and just kill you. And, you know, Scarlett is a classic character. I do love Scarlett. Why don't you marry her? That was what my wife would say if she was in the room. And, you know, she's a cool character. I like her a lot, and I did want to have a figure of her in the Action Force. But again, it's wearing, you know, yeah, it's wearing me down. You know, other than Scarlett here and maybe Duke, I would like another stab at Commando Snake Eyes, because that looks like a cool figure. But I'm really winding down. I know Alpine's supposed to be coming out soon, and I'm gonna grab him for sure. There's Blowtorch I may, Xandar I may. Yeah, you know, then that's gonna probably be it. I'm sure somebody's gonna say, "Oh, you're not a real Joe fan." I'm like, whatever, dude. I've been collecting G.I. Joe since it came out. You know, I don't care what you think. I hate that real fan shit. You're not a real fan because you don't love everything in every scale. Really, dude? Where's your bill to rule?
1 hour later.
You're not a real fan because you don't collect everything in every scale. And my instant response is, where's your build to rule shit? And even then, come on, dude, you gotta recognize, while there's some great stuff in build to rule, there's a couple crap turds in there too. Okay, come on, dude. I have some build to rule stuff. I mean, at least what I could find in the stores. God, the distribution on that was shit. Those his tanks were hard to get. They never went down in price. You know, that's a great example right there. But at the same time, you know, I don't call people not real fans. You can be a fan of what you want to. This can be your fandom. I mean, if you love the 6-inch Joes, that's great. I mean, don't let my stepping away from them shit on your parade. Why should it? I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying, yeah, that the novelty's worn off. And I mean, don't I have the right to make that observation? I mean, can't the novelty wear off without it hurting your feelings? I don't know. I mean, there's people who live and die by the way G.I. Joe is, so I don't know. There's always been those weird Joe fans out there that are like that. But yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up for now. I dig Scarlett, really do. Really dig Scarlett. She's got a few flaws, but nothing major. Except for maybe that damn ponytail. That might be a deal. That might be a problem. But at the same time, no figure's perfect. And it's not a deal breaker, so we can just move on. Thank you for watching Infinite Realms. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuffs. Support this channel because you guys know this stuff already. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, I shouldn't, you know, people who watch me have a bit of brain power and know what I'm talking about. So, you guys take care. Thank you. Be safe.